Hi everybody, it's MindWiseman, Pete, Maverick Outdoors, and I'm talking to you today from one of the most ancient of Roman built fortresses and walled towns in Britain. It's been one of the most excavated since the early 1900s, but I thought I'd just come up here today and show you some of the views. I live right past those trees, right over the top and a few miles away, and here you can see the view, and all this grassland just here right up to that church and beyond, back around, was a Roman town where thousands of Romans settled. I was going to do a video, well I will be doing a video of the history of this area, but I thought I'd just come here today just to do a quick update on the channel and a few little problems I've been having with uploading some of my videos. I've had some response from some people to do with the canoe, the fitness videos, trekking. Keep yourself supplemented for all your activities you want to do, and had a few problems actually editing the videos that I've been doing. So I just want to do a quick sort of word to everybody, thanking everyone for the recent comments they've been making about some of my more present excursions I've taken on the canoe, wild camping, all that sort of thing, and also looking forward to some of the things I'm going to be doing in the near future. But there's been a bit of a delay, a bit of a stomp at the moment, because so I've got some problems with my computer, so I'm not able to edit anything, hence doing just in one shot take this little brief video just to give you an update, and but also to share a place which actually is quite close to my heart. I've been coming up here for more than 20 years. And it's where I used to actually bring my son when he was a young lad with his friends, and we used to come up here and I'd let him play along these ramparts, which I'm going to show you in a moment, and we used to have picnics. And one of the last times I was up here, I was actually sitting just along here to celebrate my birthday. So it's gone past my birthday now, so I'm just going to sit down here with Karsh's canoe dog, although she's trekking dog today, aren't you? And just share with you some of the views and some of the ideas that I've got coming up, as I say, with the videos that I want to be doing to do with you know, sort of general conditioning for helping with outdoor pursuits, so that we maintain our body and our physical well-being to help with all the activities we want to do. And just basically, you know, saying again, thanks very much for everyone that's been giving me feedback, especially over the past 2-3 months, and some of you that I've inspired to get canoes and go out canoeing, or get your canoe out the garage that's been stored away for a long time and getting back out on the waters. So with those of you who responded back to me about that, and want some information to do with canoeing a little bit more in depth, and obviously I'll be getting back to that as soon as I get my computer sorted. But hopefully after filming this brief little update and just taking in the vibes of where over 2,000 years ago this was a hive of activity, with Romans who actually, when they invaded Britain in the southeast of England, eventually came to this area because it was quite habitated by, I think it was the Celts and English tribes that the Romans then bartered with without actually going to battle with them. But they actually eventually settled here, and all this space you can see around here, as I say, was a hive of activity during Roman Britain, and it was so for about 100-150 years at least, solid. And then there's legends and stories that have just been found out more over recent years that Boadicea, or Boudica, who was the south of England's, I suppose, empress and leader of pre-Roman Britain tribes, came actually to attack this area to try and regain a very important stronghold that was part of ancient Britain. So I thought I'd try and give you two in one. A little bit of a chin wag, bring you up to date with things, apologising for delays in getting back to people that have been expecting response videos to things that they've been inquiring and asking me about. So as I say, I will get this sorted as soon as possible, and if it means me even just doing the odd video without having to edit it like I'm doing now, which I'll put onto my computer when I get home and then upload it onto YouTube, so it can bypass my actual movie making edit program. So let's have a look at the bit of the architecture. What the Romans did between all the flintstones, not as in Barney Rubble or Fred Flintstone, but as in Flintstone stones, they then put layers of sand type stone, and more flat stones obviously weren't flit in between, so they'd sandwich it, and that was how they structured. You can see a real prominent example here, and then the flint stones all put on top. What do you want? Dog's just saying, shut up talking, let's go for a walk. But I'll just let you see down the front of this rampart, down here. So anyway, this is a message out to everybody, so thanking you for your support, feedback, everything else. And I will endeavour to share all my experiences, which are in real time, actually going out there and doing my stuff and filming it. And as I've said a few times before, I'd be doing all this stuff anyway. I was doing it well before YouTube came on the scene, but just by chance happened to share a few videos and it snowballed from there. So just give you one last little view. Another thing as well, referring back to fitness and conditioning, I've used this place a number of times to enjoy the view and the area that it's in, but also to actually gain my fitness, because there's sort of peaks and troughs. It goes up and down, up and down. And when my fitness was a bit low a couple of years ago, it took me about an hour and 20 minutes to go all the way round, as far as you can see, beyond those trees, past the church, which is the point I started off at. It took me about an hour and 15, hour and 20 minutes, still at a good pace, but then within 3 weeks, 3-4 weeks, got my fitness up, got my conditioning up, and I was doing it in less than 40 minutes. That was with a backpack on. So I'll give you an example before I say my farewells of what I do. So I'd go down here and then up here, so we've got a bit of resistance. So you're working the anaerobic fibres of your muscles, which are strength fibres of your muscles, and aerobic muscles, which are the muscle fibres that enable you to go for a longer distance along the flat ground. Okay, let's go for a run. Okay, I want you all to join me now. If you're at home, I want you to clear the floor in your living room. I want you to put your shorts on, put your vest on, maybe barefoot or a pair of training shoes, and I want you to run with me, either jog on the spot or star jumps. Oh God, not really joking. Okay, the sun is southeast. It will be setting over there later. But this point here, as I say before I say my farewells, is where I've sat. Especially if the weather's been a bit cloudy and it's been stormy and it feels like a big tarpaulin cloud cover over the top of you, and it's a really strange experience. There's a few legends as well that relate to this place, but when I do a video on the history of this Roman wall, then I'll include that information with it. So again, thanks for watching, thanks for your patience, and I will be sorting stuff out as soon as possible to get things back rock and rolling, getting the channel sorted. And I'll give you one final little bit to train your anaerobic fibres. Here we go. Okay, right, that's me for this vid, which obviously I'm not going to edit because I've got no energy. I'm totally knackered. No, I'm not. I'm fine. But it's just good to sit here. I'm going to be here for about another hour and a half, trekking all the way round. I got my fruit juice, and in keeping with the Roman culture, I've got some grapes, but I've got no one to feed them to me, so I'm going to have to feed them myself. So thanks for watching. I'll keep you updated with any other stuff that starts to progress as soon as I get the computer done. Catch up with you soon. Cheers.